Lafayette's Best Country 95.7. We are back. Another Y95 live. I took last week off because I was on vacation for most of the week, but we are back, baby. And I'm really excited about this guest today because you've probably seen him on your TVs. He's been on American Idol. He was just recently on The Voice. I've been wanting to get him in here for a while. We finally made it happen. He made almost a 2-hour drive. Welcome to the show, my man, Jackson Snelling. What's up, dog?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Man, I'm good. It's so good to see you, man. We were talking off air. The last time I saw you in person was, man, it was about 2 years ago.
Yeah, 2022.
2022. We have a mutual friend. So this is how Jackson and I met. We have a mutual friend, Trace Thompson, who's an artist and a great songwriter down in Indianapolis, goes down to Nashville a lot. And somehow you guys linked up.
Yeah.
And I've known Trace for a while. I've had him on my shows in the past. And he does something called a Give Back Jam every year. And it's amazing. Trace is such a good guy. And he mentioned to me, hey, I'm doing a Give Back Jam. I think it was his second or third year doing it. I don't know.
I think it was the third year.
Third year,
yeah.
And he was like, I kind of would like you to come MC it. And I already was on board. I was like, yeah, I can do that. No problem. I'd love to help out.
Yeah.
And then he was like, by the way, you know Jackson Snelling? And I was like, from freaking American Idol? And he was like, yeah. He was like, he's going to join me. And I was like, dude, I'm in. I am
there.
in. My wife and I love American Idol. We watch it religiously. And when you were on, God, was that 2021?
Yeah, it aired in
2021. When you were on, we were big fans then. I mean, we were hooked. It helped that you were from Indiana.
Yeah.
But your voice, man, when you start singing and your story is incredible. We're going to get into all that. But that's kind of the introduction of how I got to know you through American Idol on my TV, but also through our friend Trace. So that's kind of a quick introduction from me. But for you, tell everybody where you're from, a little bit about yourself.
Well, I am from Austin, Indiana. And, I mean, some things about me. I love my family. I love country music. I've been traveling a lot here lately, more than I have in the past. And just loving life right now, man. Nothing to really complain about.
Yeah, and you said it, man. You got a great family. I met your sweet mama who's here in studio with us. I met her that night, too, at the Give Back Jam, and your brother as
Yes.
well. You come from such a good family, man. So I appreciate, Mama, I appreciate you coming up with him today.
Thanks, Mom.
But, man, a great dude, a great artist, and just wait till you hear his voice. If you have not heard him sing, there's a reason why American Idol wanted him on the show. There's a reason why The Voice wanted him on the show. Incredible.
Thanks, man.
Let's just start from there, man. So you're from little old Austin, Indiana.
Yes, sir.
And how did you end up on American Idol? You don't have to go
man.
super deep,
Yeah.
but did they find you? Did you reach out to them?
So a friend of ours who has recently passed away, she was a scout for American Idol.
Okay.
And she reached out to me after doing a singing competition and gave me a thing they call front of the line pass. So I'd auditioned for Idol since I was 15. And then when I was 17 years old, I started singing country music. And the Idol producers seen that through my socials and were like,
How old again?
I was 17 years old.
Okay.
Yeah. 17 when I started singing country music. And the producers seen that, reached out to me and were like, when did you start singing country? I was like, I kind of just did. I grew up with it, but I've been doing pop mostly. They're like, well, you should just do the country thing.
Yeah.
So they ended up flying me out, and they had me on the show.
And where was that where you flew out to?
I flew out to L.A., Burbank, California.
And it's extremely hard to find old clips from American Idol on YouTube.
Yes.
But I was able to find the clip of your audition, and I'm going to play a little bit of it here. I'm not sure if we'll be able to hear it or not. You might need to put on the headphones. I'm not sure. But here's you auditioning on American Idol. Can you hear it through the headphones?
Yeah, let's see.
And that's because all the
It's so good, man.
Oh,
What's
man.
crazy is just as a listener, I think it's amazing here, right?
Yeah.
But you are probably like, oh man, I've gotten so much better since then. Which is probably true. You probably have gotten a lot better since then,
It's
but
not
still.
even that. It's like listening to your little kid self, right?
Yeah, right. Well, it's kind of like, with me being on the radio. If I go back and listen to old, air checks of myself from 5 years ago, I'm like, I sucked. I was terrible. Why did anybody put me on the radio? But
Oh,
no,
man.
that's really cool, man. And like I said, my wife and I were big fans right from the jump. So your American Idol audition, let's talk about that song. Again, we don't have to go into like super detail or anything, but that's an original song by you that you wrote, and it's a true story, correct?
Yeah, a song is called "Please Listen," and I wrote it about my dad. Our dad, me and my brother's dad, passed away when I was 7. My brother was 9, and my brother has autism, so he's lower functioning. So he was never able to understand death. So like on birthdays and Christmases and stuff like that, he would always be like, hey, Mom, hey, Jack, do you think Dad could come back for my birthday party? Do you think Dad could make it for Christmas?" So it was really, really hard to move past that loss because of that. So I wrote that song for my brother called "Please Listen," basically trying to explain to him that Dad ain't coming back.
Yeah, that song is incredible, and I've said this to other guests. I mean, we're only 5 or 6 weeks into Y95 Live, but I feel like I've said this almost every week. Music heals, man. And not just you. Like
So
you,
true.
you went on national TV and you sang that song, that was personal to you, but there was thousands, if not millions of people that heard that and can relate to it. And I know Luke Bryan, of course, one of
Yeah.
the judges, it really hit him in the heart because if you know his story, he comes from a lot of loss.
Yeah.
He's lost a lot of family members. And I remember how he reacted to the song.
Yeah, he was the
And-
one judge that said yes.
Yeah. If anybody wants to find that song, is it out there?
Yeah, you can find "Please Listen" on any place that you stream music. "Please Listen" by Jackson Snelling.
Go look it up. I promise you won't be disappointed. And
Bring some tissues.
Bring some tissues. You're going to need them. And before we get off the American Idol thing, we're still going to talk about your voice journey coming up in just a few minutes. But before we get off the American Idol thing, I remember you telling me a story back in 2022 at the Give Back Jam. You got to go out to dinner?
Yeah.
Was it with Luke and Lionel? I can't remember who it was with.
I got to meet them after the audition. They were very, very sweet, and we got to go up and talk to them, and they were very encouraging with their words, man. Just like, keep going. You got something going for yourself. Don't give up. That kind of thing. It was
Luke, one of the biggest country artists of our generation.
Yes.
Obviously, Lionel's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yep.
Is he like, they call him Uncle Lionel. Is he really like that in real life?
Lionel was one of the nicest souls I think I've ever met. He's just very, very down to earth, very kind, and again offered a lot of great advice.
I love it. Well, talking with Jackson Snelling, he's our guest this week on Y95 Live. He's going to sing a song for us coming up here in just a few minutes. I promise you don't want to miss it. Also, later on, we're going to hear his brand new single that he just released. Let's go ahead and, what's it called?
Dear Whiskey.
Dear Whiskey. We're going to go ahead and say the name of the song. If you want to jump ahead and go listen to it now, but we're going to play it here in just a few minutes. It was just released a couple weeks ago. But Jackson Snelling is our guest, fresh off The Voice. That was just, late last year, right?
Yeah, fall.
So we're excited to have him in here. He's going to sing us one coming up in just a few minutes. It's B. Adams on Y95 Live. Lafayette's Best Country 95.7. It's B. Adams. This is Y95 Live. We've had so many great guests. I'm so excited to be bringing live local artists onto the radio. Some local, some up and coming from Nashville. You kind of fall into both of those categories.
Yes.
You are from Indiana, almost 2 hours away,
Yep.
Austin, Indiana.
Austin, Indiana.
But also, you're kind of an up and comer from Nashville too. I mean,
Very true.
You've been on national TV for American Idol and The Voice. You're down in Nashville all the time, recording and
writing, man.
You kind of fall into both of the categories, local and up and coming from Nashville. Jackson Snelling's his name. If you don't already follow him on social media, where can people find you on social media?
You can find me on Facebook, Jackson Snelling. That's my music page there. Instagram, it's my name but flipped, Snelling Jackson. And then on TikTok, it's Jackson Snelling, or the official Jackson Snelling.
And speaking of TikTok, you were telling Sean and I, our videographer, off the air, you just had a video. Was it on TikTok?
Yeah, it was on TikTok.
You just had another video
hit
go
one-
over 1 million views.
Yeah, that was really cool. I covered Cody Johnson's song "Dirt Cheap," but made a Mama's version, which will be out July 26th on all streaming platforms. But it just hit 1.2 million views last night, which is really cool.
Awesome. Well, go check that out if you haven't already. Go give him a follow. He just threw out all of his social media handles. One thing cool that Jackson does, he posts covers. Like, is it weekly?
Yeah.
I feel like there's more than
Every
weekly.
single week.
But so many good ones. If you have a favorite song, there's a good chance he's sang it, and may have even sang it better than the original. I'm just saying. So go follow him on social media. Well, without further ado, let's hear you sing, man. We're talking.
All
People want to
right.
hear your voice.
Let's
right?
do it.
What are we going to hear from you today? It's a cover, right?
Yeah, one of my favorite covers. It's "Beautiful Crazy" by Luke Combs.
And you can find this on his
You
social
can
media
find this on my
pages.
social medias.
All right, here we go. Jackson Snelling singing a Luke Combs favorite, Beautiful Crazy, on Y95 Live.
Her day starts with a coffee and ends with a wine. Takes forever getting ready, so she's never on time for anything. When she gets that come get me look in her eyes, well, it kinda scares me the way that she drives me wild. She drives me wild. Beautiful, crazy, she can't help but amaze me. The way that she dances, ain't afraid to take chances, and wears her heart on her sleeve. Yeah, she's crazy, but her crazy is beautiful to me. She makes plans for the weekend, can't wait to go out. Till she changes her mind, says let's stay on the couch and watch TV. And she falls asleep. Beautiful, crazy, she can't help but amaze me. The way that she dances, ain't afraid to take chances, and wears her heart on her sleeve. Yeah, she's crazy, but her crazy is beautiful to me. She's unpredictable, unforgettable. It's unusual, unbelievable, how I'm such a fool. Yeah, I'm such a fool for her. Beautiful, crazy, she can't help but amaze me. The way that she dances, ain't afraid to take chances, and wears her heart on her sleeve. Yeah, she's crazy, she's crazy, yeah, she's crazy, but her crazy is beautiful to me. Her crazy is beautiful to me. Ooh.
That was insane, dude. Such a good voice. Obviously,
man.
there's a reason you were on American Idol and The Voice. And what are your plans now? Again, keep listening, because we're going to talk to him about everything on The Voice coming up in just a couple of minutes. So I don't want to jump too far ahead. But what are your plans right now? You said you got a song coming out.
Yeah, I have
What
a new
else?
single coming out after this one that we're about to play, Dear Whiskey. I've been traveling and performing. I've played in Seattle and Texas and Nashville and Chicago. It's hard to remember all the other places. Missouri. Just staying busy doing the music thing, going down to Nashville, writing a lot. Things are moving.
And if you like what you heard, one more time, where can people follow you on social media?
All right. On Facebook, it's Jackson Snelling. On Instagram, it's my name but flip Snelling Jackson. And then on TikTok, it's Jackson Snelling Official.
Boom. Go give him a follow. We'll be back to chat with him more about The Voice coming up in
yeah.
just a couple of minutes. And we're going to play his brand new single that just came out a few weeks ago. We're going to play that one right here on the radio. Again, that's all coming up on Y95 Live. Lafayette's Best Country 95.7. It's B. Adams back again for another segment. Y95 Live, joined by my friend Jackson Snelling.
What's up,
You might
guys?
remember him from American Idol, from The Voice. It's just such a good dude. Big fan, have been for a long time. and really pulling for you to. You've already done so much and accomplished so much, but I'm really pulling for you to just keep going, man.
Yes, sir. Hit that top mark.
So we already talked about American Idol kind of in the first segment. Let's talk about The Voice now, because when you went on American Idol, you were a baby.
Yeah.
I mean, you were young, dude.
Yeah. I was 17.
You've grown so much since then. Fast forward, was it 2 years later?
Yep.
You end up on The Voice. So how did that come about?
I mean, so honestly, it's kind of a funny story. The Voice reached out to me through email and was like, "Hey, we seen your stuff. We want you to audition for our show." And originally, I wasn't super interested. I was like, I don't want to get my heart broke on TV again when I don't make it through. So my mama seen the email. I was downstairs. She comes flying to the music group. She goes, "You seen the email, right?" I'm like, "Yeah." She goes, "You got to do it." I'm like, "Well, I don't know." She goes, "Well, I'm your mama and you're doing it." And I was like, that's fair. So
even at what, 22 years old?
Mm-hmm.
Or, mama knows best.
Whatever mama says goes.
So you were like, all right, let's do it. What happens then? What are the steps after that?
So after that, when people think your audition song for The Voice, they think your blind audition song. Well, you actually have to sing 2 songs before that. And so my song to audition to be on the show, since she was so adamant on me doing it, was her, I call it her favorite song. For those listening, you can't see the air quotes.
Don't worry, we will have video up on social media.
Yeah, so you can see the air quotes
there. If you're listening now, you can't see it, but go back and watch it later on our social media pages.
So this is her favorite song, and I sang "Achy Breaky Heart" by Billy Ray Cyrus to get on to the show.
And it worked. So you get on the show, and I actually have your, I have your clip here. Let's see. There we go. You hear that? Here's the clip of your audition.
Oh man, it still feels like yesterday to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't long ago.
No, I mean it was a year ago now. No,
not even a
year.
Not even a year.
About 8 months.
So you obviously sang a Justin Moore song.
Yeah.
And man, what was it like when you heard that first chair turn? Like, was it relief? Was it?
So you don't hear anything when the chairs turn. It's a sound effect they add later on in the show.
Oh.
So unless you see them turn, you have no idea.
A little inside baseball here. We're learning some stuff.
But no, I mean, when I seen Gwen turn for me, that was the best feeling in the world, because you only need the one chair to turn to continue on, and I was like,
so Gwen turned first.
Yeah, and then Reba turned when my eyes were closed. So again, there's no sound cue. So my eyes were closed. Before that, she had not turned yet. I opened my eyes back up, and she had turned. And I just remember my thoughts were so flustered.
You were still singing at this point?
Yes.
So how do you continue to sing?
It was hard. I'll tell you, man, it was so hard.
I feel like I would have been like, oh!
Yeah, dude. I mean, her like big smile, her red hair, just Reba. And I was like, ha! And you just keep singing. Man, I was so nervous that I was going to mess up when I seen her like turn. I was like, oh gosh.
Yeah. And I mean, it's Reba. You know you're a big shot when people know you by just your first name.
Yeah.
You officially made it then. Well, his audition's been playing in the background. You guys can hear it if you didn't see it on The Voice. But man, that's got to be an unreal feeling. Mama was there. I know she was back there. Who is it?
My brother Dawson.
Yep. And who's the
announcer? Carson Daly.
Carson Daly, yes. Carson Daly is back there with Mama, and of course, Mama was so proud. At what point did you realize Mama was right?
I mean,
Mama's always right.
Mama's always right, but I mean, it was when I ended up on the first ever Team Reba.
Yeah. Man,
I was also the first person. I was the first person on her team,
because that was her first season, right?
Yeah, that was her first season.
So you were her first ever pick on The Voice.
Voice.
Here's what Reba had to say about you. Let's play this real quick.
I tell you, Jackson, I love country music so much. I grew up on a working cattle ranch. I'm a third-generation rodeo brat, so country music is my life, my foundation.
This is insane.
So to hear
I know.
The Voice and sing like you did today, I am just so proud to be in the country music business and proud that you're representing us.
Yeah, that hit.
The Voice today.
When she said that.
Good job. I love your tone. Love that song anyway.
Can't imagine.
It touches my heart. So congratulations, and I'd love to be your coach. We would have so much fun together developing you to make those finals and win this thing.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
I mean, it's
Wow.
freaking Reba, dude.
Yeah.
For her to say those things about you, what did that mean to you?
Man, it was validation, you know? On this like musical journey, you're gonna run into a lot of like as a performer and as a singer, it's like you're into self-doubt a lot.
Yeah.
And to hear Reba McEntire, like the queen of country, say that she's proud that you're representing the country genre
Insane.
it's insane. I mean,
Well, she wasn't the only star.
yeah.
My favorite artist, Justin Moore. Shout out Justin Moore.
Let's go.
Of course, that's the song you sang in your audition, and his tour manager JR, good friend of mine. JR is one of
Yes.
the best in the business. They caught wind of this. I text JR. I think they already knew about it before I text him, but they gave you a shout out on the JM podcast,
Which was crazy.
and I'll play that here real quick. This is just a short little clip here from the Justin Moore podcast.
He's autistic,
Okay.
and he made mention of the fact that music has helped him in that
Oh, wow.
area of life. So I thought that was kind of neat.
What is this like, dude?
Dude, I mean, it's surreal, dude. I mean, the fact that Justin Moore knows who I am, that's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, you sang his song on The Voice on national TV, and he not only praised you for how good you sounded, he talked about it on his podcast. Just high praise coming from every angle. And then this is one of my favorite clips. You know you got to play to the crowd, right? You know your audience. This is what you said in response to Reba asking you who you listened to, growing up. Here, let's play that.
I'm very super selective on when I press my button, especially sitting next to Reba.
It's kind of a long clip here, but
Yeah.
Judge me, okay? So at that moment, it was like nothing else mattered.
I can still
love
remember this
guy's
all like it
voice.
was yesterday,
I've
too. I
heard
can literally
enough
see it
country music
happening
in
right
the
in
last
front of me.
few
I
years.
bet.
I'm married to Sheldon. I'm name drop right now. What you did so well with your tone and the way that you just cradled the lyrics. I mean,
So
you really
freaking
did
cool.
touch my
I mean, even the
heart,
fact that
but
Gwen Stefani is
listen,
saying all these
I
nice things
know
about
that
me
the
is just
queen
insane.
can beat me right now.
She's saying all the right things. I'm going to veto all of that. Let's rewind that footage.
Right there, she took her wand and she
Oh,
had it,
yeah.
like, whoop.
God.
Wow.
Listen to me, Jackson.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, I was hoping I was going to get a yes, ma'am. Thank you. I've had 2 #1 country on country radio.
Man, to say that Gwen Stefani and Reba McEntire were like going at it to have me on their team was also just so
He's
good.
your coach if you don't pick Reba.
All right.
Man, I don't understand how you do it. I mean, Gwen had to know, right? You're a country artist. When Reba turned her
Yeah.
chair, she knew.
Yeah, there was, funny thing, before the audition, I did like a little self math, and I'm like, if I go on Team Gwen, I'll stand out as a country artist, and then maybe Reba will steal me later. But then in the moment,
Because it is strategy,
yeah, there's
right?
strategy to it, but at the same time, man, I feel like I would have been like raked over the coals as a country artist if I did not pick Reba McEntire.
Well, how many people have came on The Voice in the past and they didn't pick Blake,
I know, but I'm glad I picked Reba, and I mean, she's the sweetest lady. I have so many stories about her. One of my favorite ones is that after I got eliminated off the show and my plane landed back in Indiana, she reached out to me, sent me a message, and was just like, "Hey, sweetie, I hope you made it home safe. I just want you to know
Wow.
how proud I am of you. You were so good. My friends," she said her friends were talking about me. I don't know who her friends are, but it's Reba McEntire. So her
mean,
friends
yeah.
are like pretty big.
High profile.
Yeah. So she was just like, "I love you so much, sweetie." And then she messaged me that Christmas. Like, she's even messaged me. I just did trucking school. I went to get my CDL, just put in my back pocket. And she messaged me about that. She's seen that on my socials and was just like, "Sweetie, I'm so proud of you. I know that is."
So how does she reach out to you? Does she have your number?
So
Is
she
it
does.
Email?
She has my phone number.
So she'll text you?
Yeah.
You get texts from freaking Reba McEntire? Oh, mind blown. All right. I don't think we can be friends anymore. Jealousy has just became a thing in our friendship.
Oh no.
Freaking Reba texted Jackson Snelling. Man, well, congratulations, dude, on all the success. And I don't even remember if it was in that clip or not, but your response was, I listened to you, Miss Reba.
Yeah.
Like you knew what you were doing. But man, that's That's good stuff, man. I'm really proud of you, and I hope you continue to grow. And I'm going to be along for the ride. Hopefully,
yeah.
Don't forget us. I almost said don't remember. Don't forget us, small people, when you reach the mountaintops.
Oh, dude, no, I got you.
You just had a brand new song come out, and what's the name of it?
Dear Whiskey.
We're going to hear that song coming up in just a couple of minutes. I'll give you a little tease. It sounds like this.
So I'm standing here sharing
I ripped this like straight from your Instagram.
Oh, yeah.
So good, dude.
Bro. You know, me and Trace wrote this one together.
So good. Shout out Trace Thompson.
Shout out,
man. We're going to hear that coming up here in just a few minutes. Again, it's his brand new song, brand new single called Dear Whiskey. And you're not going to want to miss it. Hanging out with Jackson Snelling on Y95 Live. We'll be right back. Lafayette's Best Country 95.7. It's B. Adams back one final time. It's Y95 Live. Jackson Snelling's been joining me in studio.
Whoop, whoop.
Great artist, great dude, comes from a great family. Go look him up if you're not already familiar with him from his time on American Idol, The Voice, or just his social media pages, because you've grown quite the following. What are your numbers up to now?
Man, on Instagram, I'm at 21.4 thousand. TikTok, I just hit 111,000.
Woo!
Yeah, Facebook, I'm at 17K, almost at 18.
Go give this man a like and a follow, because we didn't really dive into this, and we're not really going to for the sake of time. But you have people like Jackson and thousands of other artists that are so good and have all the talent in the world. But these days, record labels and all the decision makers, all the suits, they don't want you if you don't have high numbers on social media, which makes no sense to me. Because what did you say off air? Back in the day,
I mean, it felt like record companies, record labels wanted to establish an artist.
Yeah.
Now they want pre-established artists.
They would find people, but this is how it used to be for years, for decades, forever. They would find people that nobody knew,
and then
they sign a
make
record
them household
deal,
names.
and then boom, they blow up.
Yeah.
But now in the world of social media, specifically TikTok, they want you to already have a large following, and then they'll sign you. So it's kind of backwards to how it used to be. So please, if you're listening and you like Jackson, if you liked him on TV, maybe you didn't know him before today, and you like what you've heard today, please go like his social media page, his Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, because you will truly be helping him out. Jackson, you've already done the whole TV thing, American Idol, The Voice. We've talked plenty about it. Which is already a huge accomplishment. But like I said, man, we want to see you climb to the mountaintops. And when you get there, don't forget us small people. Jackson Snelling on Y95. Is there anything you want to say before you go?
I mean, thank you so much for having me, and I hope you guys love my music as much as I love putting it out for y'all.